Okay, so for behavioral segmentation that can be applied with the marketing funnel reporting, this is an example of an e-commerce retail website. So for example, in this funnel or conversion funnel, they're saying, okay, the first thing we need to do is get awareness and capture. Who is our audience? Then how are we going to nurture these leads? And for examples, there are like sending infographics, building our email list, doing consultations, workshops, testimonials. And then the next step would be to convert users into the consumer. So you're in the user stage, you're developing and nurturing the lead, and then you take them and you make them converters or a customer. This is an example of a web referral in Web Analytics. Now, Google Analytics cannot do this, but I wanted to show you anyways because Adobe can. And again, this is part of the benefits of using something that you pay for. It's pretty expensive, but does give you a little more detail. So they can track like a link on a page and how that link got you referred onto your website, and then how that page got you to the other page. They can show you the original referring domains. It's pretty cool. So, types of web referral traffic. So, the first one that we've talked about previously is organic search. This is all the web analytic platforms that report on a search engine, search keyword, and website referral links by domain and web page. Website referrals are called a site referral or a link referral. Some platforms report web domain referrals as well as the page referral, which is pretty cool. Direct traffic. This is a type of traffic that comes from people or visitor, now called users, who have already been to the website before or who know the name of a business or URL and simply types it into their web address bar. Paid search traffic. The referral is from the URL and it must be tagged properly within the campaign parameters. So the web analytics system can tell the difference between the organic search referral and the paid one. Other types of campaign traffic can include email campaigns, which also have to be tagged within the parameters of whatever analytics website you're using. Again, in Google, we will go through all of this and talk about how to set a parameter up in my other videos, but it's all about where it originates from. Social media. Social media is another web referral traffic source. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, basically everything you can think of can send traffic to your website. But the web analytics might not always be able to tell you much more than the channel due to wall garden privacy protections most social media platforms employ to protect their members' activities and data. Visuals and dashboards. So web analytics introduces intermediate metrics by default. More complex and relevant metrics that can be captured, but they require deliberate setup by your administrator. So whoever's the digital marketer or the IT has to go in and set that up beforehand. Visuals and dashboards, which you do have a dashboard assignment, so you will know by the end of the semester how to set everything up, is a metric of data that is contained in Web Analytics reporting suite, or profile can be configured and custom by users and admins. Dashboards can be generated on demand or via scheduled report and shared via linkage to the dashboard or sent by email in a mail list for specific email addresses. So I've talked about this previously in the past video, but dashboards can be sent to whoever you think is important. It can be set up each day. The dashboard's emailed out each week, each month, each quarter, each year. Probably don't want to do each year or each quarter. I personally think it'd probably be good to just do a rundown at least once a week, if not once a month, of what your dashboard looks like. And it can get emailed out automatically to whoever you set it to. It's pretty cool. Even Google Analytics does this, and it's a free service. You just need to go through and set it up, and I will show you how to do that. Filtering and reporting options. This is a text within analytics that reports and can be filtered by characters, regular expressions, or Boolean equations to find pages that have exact or similar patterns. Filtering is done by the report level to include or exclude certain data within a report. Typically, this is done to exclude traffic coming in from the same domain as the website. However, one capability that is lacking from all web analytics platforms is filtering out content level of a web page or website, although this precisely is what the web search engine provides. So the search engine's already doing the filtering for you, so it's kind of filtering it out even though your report doesn't showcase that. Real-time data reporting is available for most reports in most web analytic platforms, but it is important to distinguish between data and the intermediate versus a few hours or a day delayed. Certain reports can depend on subsets of real-time data, but are not available at all the exact time. Delays on some reports depend on data sources being updated and available at the moment of report generation. If you have been following my little online videos of Google Analytics demo account, you will know that there is real-time data options, so you can see what consumers are doing based on how fast the system processes, literally in real time. It's the coolest thing ever. Geo-segmentation reporting in web analytics. The one segment most analytic platforms have without any customization is the ability to geolocate web traffic down to the city level. That's so cool. Additional segmentations can be supplied to focus on latitude and longitude codes, zip codes, election districts, neighborhoods, and DMAs, or any custom combination of any of the things I just stated. And they have to be set up. Geo-segmentation reports can be broken down and designated into marketing areas, such as like the NYC DMA. And web analytics platforms are flexible in how location is defined, and an analyst or the administrator could make their own DMA or election district if they desired. Pretty cool, right? Google Analytics allows users to visualize geolocation against almost any metric. So you can look at conversions based on your location. You can look at page views based on location, revenue based on location, campaigns based on location. It's the coolest thing in the whole entire world. Network segmentation and campaign reporting. This is information from visitors, internet service providers, or ISP, to provide by default out of the box, and it is much richer as almost any business has its ISP network address registered in its name. Campaign tracking is a way to track specific actions that happen on a website with web analytics. Events on a website are assigned by administrators with a campaign code to make it easier to track. Campaign tracking requires coordination between the stakeholders and the administrators. The tracking codes have to be set up by the administrator for using unique identifiers that are chosen by the marketers. So they are easy to identify within specific analytic reports. Attribution models. So attribution models, it kind of depends. This is just one example of one. What it's saying is how you got on the web page. So maybe, for instance, you saw a Twitter ad. So through visit 1, you saw a Twitter ad and you went to the web page. The second time was a paid search ad. Let's pretend like it was on Google. So that's how you got visit 2. Visit 3 was through an email. Maybe you signed up for your email through the paid search visit. Now you have another visit through email, then through Facebook, because now they're just basically stalking you, right? And then you have a direct purchase, which was visit 5. So what really attributed to this direct purchase? Was it visit 5? Probably not, because you actually went through Twitter, then you went through Google, then you had an email, then a Facebook, then you made a purchase. So you shouldn't attribute the actual conversion or purchase to the last visit. Attribution models in web analytics. This looks very complicated. It's really not that bad once you start breaking it down. There are several attribution models in web analytics, and each assigns its own importance based on the page the visitor wants in their web session. So assisted conversions. Google Analytics has a type of visual that is assisted conversions, and it helps business owners and analysts better understand conversions taking place over more than one channel. It's essentially just a conversion. Most web analytic platforms have similar reporting systems that include something like assisted conversions. So in this example, there were 2,300 conversions, and it assisted in $3,200. That's not that bad, right? And 105 contributed social media conversions. That was about $600. And then 83, the last transaction social media conversions produced 500. Assisted conversions are also provided on Google Analytics to show the contribution of specific channels and website conversions. So there were total, in this example, of 45 total conversions and 13 assisted conversions. So 84% of the conversions on this were organic, which is this big, huge green bubble, right? This is all search engine optimization, all your organic things that we talked about in the previous chapter 2 and 4. Direct meant that the user actually typed in your URL or website into their browser. So that was a direct, which attributed 36, and then referral was 16. So the user was referred to by another website. Mobile traffic tracking. So mobile web is different. They have unique mobile reports and dimensions. They can use GPS location. They have similar and more diverse factors, and they have the touch and gesture interactions. So most computers are not touch screen. Now tablets are, but tablets are considered a mobile device. Don't forget that. What also is different is mobile applications. They're cohort analysis, SDKs for tracking codes, version fragmentation, screen views and similar metrics, offline usage, and shorter session timeouts. What is similar to mobile and to web analytics is JavaScript tagging, conversions, traffic, engagement, KPIs. Those are all the same. JavaScript tagging has to be specific to a mobile web page because how you view on a computer is different how it is on a mobile, but they both involve the JavaScript tagging. Campaign tracking, event tracking, and engagements are all similar again on the mobile apps as they would be on a computer. Again, here's some types of mobile analytics reports. We won't go through it. I'll go through like the first two. Mobile devices. So you might look at a web analytics report by vendor, by the device model. Device type. Is it a phone, a tablet, gaming console, or is it an e-reader like a Kindle? These are all important things to think about when you're looking at your web analytics data. Measuring customer loyalty and visitor retention. So determining the behavior of a loyal customer, someone who has made a purchase or registered on a website, in web analytics is commonly defined by the frequency of the customer's return to the site, how long they spend during the site visit, and how many pages they view. The number of products and services purchased on a recurring basis is examined in customer loyalty reports as well. The next thing you need to look at when you're looking at customer loyalty and visitor retention is return frequency. So Adobe and Google Analytics both provide similar readouts and segmentations of seeing like how the report's generated based on like last session or last visit in session. Visit frequency, the number of visits when combined with additional conversion metrics can be very useful on a readout. By combining visitor numbers with the other custom metrics, such as registrations, stakeholders can find the moment of maximum profitability for the marketing activity. And then we have the sales cycle reporting. This is the report that is unique only to Adobe Analytics. Again, another benefit of Adobe. But it can be replicated into most web analytic platforms. It is a report that is a variable of S purchase, and it needs to be set up and to track consumer purchases by the administrator of a system that is best suited for retail websites. So here is what one of the reports would look like in a customer loyalty report for Adobe Analytics. And again, we don't have this on Google, but you can set it up. It's very similar. Customer loyalty reports. A customer loyalty report provides site owners a good idea of how much revenue they collect on a website, and it is happening first visit versus subsequent visits. So, however, the real question is a loyal consumer defined. So, new customers would be equal to the first purchase on a website. Return customers is the second purchase, and a loyal customer is based on the third or more purchase on a website. So I consider myself a very loyal customer to Sephora. I get all my makeup and the majority of my hair products on Sephora. Even if I switch makeup brands, I'm probably still going through them. And so they track all of this information about me. And now they send me all these like rewards and samples and bonus dollars and stuff because I'm so loyal. Metrics definitions that would be tweaked would indicate that loyal customers are the only ones who buy 4 or 5 times, but that is a marketing decision and not an analytics decision. Setting and display targets. Most analytic platforms have some way to annotate when an activity below is being considered a preferred value. Google Analytics has a intelligence reports that measures metrics activities that can be set to generate alerts when a site metric activity deviates from normal levels. So, like, is something trending? Is something going wrong? And it goes by one or more standard deviations. Intelligence reports can also be created manually through administrators. Adobe Analytics has targeting readouts that can be configured in almost all reports to show activity that is above or below a stated target level. These targets must be manually set. Google Analytics does not have a targeting readout, but there are some third-party plugins that you can actually provide this example to. So in summary, we looked at how marketers seek data constantly and always are making better decisions. We saw how behavioral segmentation can play a huge impact on web analytics and mobile analytics and geofencing and geographing. It's insane, right? Web analytics can also track mobile applications. They have the ability to make dashboards and reporting options that can be emailed out, which assist on conversions, targets, and customer loyalty. And attribution models are huge when best determining the root of a conversion event. So for Chapter 6 review questions, I want you to look at the terms KBR and KBI, what they stand for again. This is kind of goes back a little bit. How is calculated metrics? How does Google Analytics calculate metrics, and how does Adobe? So again, look at the difference between those. What is segmentation? Define the 2 steps of creating a custom segmentation in Web Analytics. So does Web Analytics platforms already have some predefined segments out of the box, or do you have to go in and set them up like an administrator? And name the 2 types of reports in Web Analytics. If you don't have any questions, I will talk to you all soon.